welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today we are going to run through the volleyball captains meeting virtual. A little different than how we've done it in years past, but we wanted to get all this information out to you guys. We are certainly excited to get the season rolling. We're going to get going June 1st. So today we're going to run through the basic rules, information you guys need to know, and then COVID-related safety precautions we are putting in place so we can have fun this summer. I also have Will. He is our new volleyball, bocce, beanbag, and spikeball coordinator. We're excited to have him. He's been with Skyline for a couple of years now. Will, if you'd say hi to everyone.
Thanks, Corey. Yeah, my name's William Vogel. I know just about everything about Skyline after working here for the last few years, so feel free to hit me with questions about anything outside or inside. I should know it, so yeah.
So we are certainly excited to have Will be out on the decks this summer. He'll be walking around, can take care of all your guys' questions. He'll be the ones responding to emails, answering your phone calls. So certainly get to know Will. He's a great guy. He's going to make sure you guys have a ton of fun this summer. So without further ado, we're going to dive into our presentation here and get you guys up to speed on what to expect for the summer. All right, so let's get started here. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to start June 1st. A little bit different this year. Everything will be starting June 1st. That's volleyball, bocce, beanbags. And you know, we're excited because the weather should hopefully be nicer. Normally volleyball gets going in May. This year starting in June. Hopefully it's nice and we don't have those cold, snowy days like we've ran into in the past. So starting out, I want to introduce our management team that'll be taking care of you guys. You guys met Will, the league coordinator. Will, can you say hi again?
Hey guys, you have my information up top here, wvogel@skylinelanes.com, and then you can call my work phone at any time. And if I don't answer, leave me a message. I'm usually around 3 till about the end of the leagues, about 10 p.m., something like that.
Also out on the decks and in the facility will be the operations manager, Jake Mertz. A lot of you guys would be familiar with him. He's been around for years. And we also have a new addition to our team this year, Susie. She's our front house manager. She'll be taking care of kind of all your guys' needs out there related to the beverage and food side of things. So Will can help you guys out with any of your league related questions, and Susie can help you out with any of your food or beverage questions. Next here we have weather cancellations. This is always a hot topic every year. First and foremost, we do not make any calls until 5 p.m. We'll get a ton of calls throughout the day if it's raining. Hey, are you guys going to cancel? We do not make those calls until 5 p.m. So if you do happen to call, we will tell you 5 p.m. We will communicate any weather cancellations via email, text, Facebook group, Facebook page, and in the league app. Whether you have that on your phone via the app or you log on to the website. So we do a very diligent job in getting that message out as soon as we make that call. We do only cancel for lightning. So if it is raining out, we will play. So if it's raining pretty hard out and there's no lightning in the area, please expect to show up and play. Like I mentioned, we do communicate that. The moment we cancel, we make an announcement in the facility if it happens to be during play, and we will also send that out via these different avenues if we make that call at 5 p.m. We highly encourage captains to add their teammates to their roster. Anyone that is in our system and they opt into emails will receive those. That's kind of the best way to get that information. Or if you download our app, the game will show up and be marked as canceled. So that's weather cancellations. Next we have weather delays. And weather delays happen when weather moves into the area during the league play. Basically, we try to delay, we're monitoring the weather. We'll first make the call if lightning moves into the area and it becomes an issue for play and a safety factor. We'll ask everyone to come inside. So when we do make that weather delay, we do ask that you guys come inside or at least get under a covered area. We're making that because we feel the lightning is too close to our facility. If we're watching the storm and it looks like it is going to pass in a relatively short time frame, we delay. So a lot of times with thunderstorms in the summer, they pass through really quick. We delay for 15, 20 minutes and then we get started. So the normal process is we will delay for about 20 minutes. And at that time, if it looks like it's going to move out, then we will get things started. If it doesn't, we are going to delay again. We will delay up to twice. After that, if games get pushed back too far, we do end up just canceling the night. So the positive with delays, 2-for-1s. So you guys can have an extra drink. It's a good time. And it does not affect standings. If we happen to get our 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock games in, but 8 and 9 o'clock games can't play, that's certainly fine. We do not make those up. So just to be clear, we do not make up any games that are canceled. But what we do is we take a win percentage. So we'll base standings off how many games played and won, and we update that in the league app. Moving on here, Will, why don't you get us started with telling us a little bit about beanbags?
All right, so first thing we need to know is game times. Game times are at 6 and 6:30, 7, 7:30, 8 and 8:30. You play twice a night, so if you play at 6, you play at 6:30. The scoring is cancellation scoring, so if you score 3, they score 3, nobody gets anything. 3 points for getting it in the hole, 1 point for getting it on the board. Pretty simple stuff. Time limit is 30 minutes, just so you can get to that other game. The only fouls you really have to worry about is stepping over the front of the board, so if you toss it and you step over, it doesn't count. Ref fees are $3.
Bocce basic information. Game times will be the same this year, 6, 7, and 8. Scoring will be nearest to the Polino, nearest to the ball is how we consider that here. Certainly feel free to reach out to us if you need in-depth rules. We can send those over. Time limit is 1 hour. The ref will give you a warning as you approach. We do try to get 3 games in tonight. The first 2 are to 8. The third is to 5. We heard your guys' feedback last year. Ref fees have been bumped up to $3 per team, so $1 more than last year, but there will be 2 refs on the court. So there will be a ref for the lower 2 bocce courts and a ref for the top 3. Will you run through the Spikeball information, please?
All right, to start us off, game times are at 7 and 7:30. You play twice a night, and it's always on Sunday nights for Spikeball. A little basic play is that Spikeball is a mix between volleyball and foursquare. It's just a little net in a circle on the ground, and you spike the ball off it. Pretty simple. Scoring is the first 2 games are to 21, and third game is to 15. Games are win by 2. And you always play 3, no matter what. Ref fees are $2.
And forfeits. So we do have forfeits for bocce, bags, and Spikeball. We will be enforcing those this year more than we have in the past. They've always been a thing for volleyball, but we did hear a lot of feedback that teams were disappointed when the opposing team did not show up. So as a little bit of an incentive to have that opposing team show up, we are going to be charging forfeit fees. Our refs have to be around whether or not a team shows. So forfeit fees for bocce are $6, beanbags are $6, and Spikeball are $4. Reasoning for that is you're paying your $2 or $3 that you typically pay the ref, and you are paying your opponents $2 or $3. But ultimately, we want to know if you guys are not going to show up. There is a forfeit fee regardless, but we do have teams that travel from far distances, and it's rather frustrating when they drive half hour to an hour to show up for a fun night of one of these activities and their opponent doesn't show. Paying forfeits, those will be paid to Will. He'll be around on the decks. Please don't pay him to the ref. He keeps track of all that. He pays which ref should be paid, and it just keeps things a lot simpler. If you guys have any questions on that, always feel free to reach out to Will. Moving on here.
All right, subs and rosters. Subs are allowed. The reason, someone might be busy, you need a sub, that's totally fine. Rosters are to be completed by playoffs. You can do this on the website by inviting them via email or come talk to me. The reason for this is that once they're on the roster, they can receive our communications about weather, any delays, blah, blah, blah. There you go. Corey, you want to talk to us about the Skyline app?
Certainly. So Skyline app, We got this last year. We've made improvements to it, so we encourage everyone, all captains, team members, to download this app. You can do it via the App Store or Google Play. Type in Skyline Leagues and download the app, create an account. If you already have an account with League Apps via a web platform, that'll be your login. But there's tons of features on there. The whole season schedule is posted on there. You can see standings. There's also some fun ways you can see if other players on your team plan to attend. You can message each other and more. So certainly check that out. It's a great way to have that on your phone. Always know when you're playing, what your standings are, and who's going to be attending. So certainly utilize that. Finally, questions and suggestions. We've covered a lot here today, but if we happen to miss anything, or you guys have additional questions or suggestions, certainly let us know at info@skylinelanes.com. We plan on compiling all those. If there's enough, we'll do another video, or if not, we'll just put a post out there and we'll certainly get all those questions answered. We are planning on doing a separate video on safety procedures and how we plan to reopen due to the COVID-19. So we'll have a separate video covering all that. We're really excited about some of these safety procedures we've come up with, and hopefully we'll be able to open real soon. With that being said, Will, any last thoughts from you?
No, I appreciate everybody watching and tuning in. Hopefully this video helped. Feel free to hit us with any questions, and I'm excited to meet everybody. Hopefully we can see you all here soon.